Hi everyone, how are you? This is Rana sir. Welcome to our Rana sir educational channel. Today I will talk on a topic whose name is graph. On this topic I will explain its theory and also I will apply the application of this graph in numerical. Okay students, so you concentrate on this video from starting to end to develop your good knowledge on this topic. Simultaneously you also like this video and also you share this video with your colleagues, friends and students so that they can also update their knowledge on this topic. Now one additional information I am going to tell you and you have to follow it positively. First of all, you have to take one notebook and one pen and then you have to sit at your location and then you have to follow it positively, properly and safely to write all data which are available on the blackboard and also those informations which are spoken by me. Okay students, so positively I am going to start it and you concentrate here, that is you focus on this topic to understand its concept. Okay, now first of all I am going to write one numerical and then in that numerical I will use the concept of graph and then I will also elaborate its concept. Okay students, now first of all I am going to write one numerical and then in that numerical I will use the concept of graph and then I will also elaborate its concept. Okay students, now I am going to write one question. A point which has coordinates as 2 comma 5. Find the distance from that point find the distance of that point. Here I have to write find the distance of that point from x-axis and y-axis by using graph methods. Okay students, so you concentrate here. I am going to explain first of concept of graph and then I will solve this question. Okay, so you concentrate here. First of all I will draw a horizontal line and I will also draw a vertical line. Now horizontal line I will say that is the x-axis. Here I have written properly x-axis. Okay, now here I am going to write here y-axis. This is the y-axis. I have written here y-axis, that is y-axis. This is the y-axis. Now a line which is x-axis and other is y-axis, that is intersecting at a point. I will say this is the origin and its coordinate will be 0 comma 0. Okay, now I will take a same length, that is 1 from the right hand side, 1 2 3 4. So this I will mark point 5 and so on. In the left hand side I will say that is the -1, -2, -3 and so on. I can write. Now along the positive y axis I will say this is the 1 2 3 4 5 6 and so on I will write. But on the negative y axis I will say this is the -1, -2, -3 and so on I have to write. So I will say this is the xy plane. Okay, now this xy plane I have divided into four plane, 1 2 3 and 4. This is the first quadrant, this is the second quadrant, this is the third quadrant and this is the fourth quadrant. Okay, now already in the previous video already I have discussed its concept in detail. So student who are not knowing about it, so you look that video properly and then you will get good concept related to graph. Okay, now xy plane, x axis and y axis I have already drawn here. Now if the angle between two line will be 90 degree, it means that one line is perpendicular to another line. So one coordinate point is given here. Now I am going to solve this question. First of all I have explained about the graph. So xy plane I have divided into four part with the help of two line. One is the x-axis, another is the y-axis, and the intersection point I will say that is the origin, and its coordinate is 0 comma 0. Now here distance between 0 to 1 same will be 1 to 2 or 2 to 3. It means that if I will take any consecutive integers, so distance between each and every consecutive number will be same. Okay, so I will say this is the also number line. Now it will go up to plus infinity and this will go up to minus infinity. So already in started video already I have discussed with you, this will go in positive infinity and this will go in minus negative infinity. Okay, so you have to concentrate on this video to understand, to solve other question which is based on this topic. Now I am going to explain the I am going to explain and also I am going to solve the above question. A point, here a point which has coordinates as 2 comma 5. It means that if any point which is written in the form of px comma y, the first x is the abscissa, it is also denoted with x, that is also I will say in Hindi that is bhuj. Okay, now y is also known as ordinate and it is represented with y and its Hindi meaning is quote. Okay, I will also explain its meaning in detail. Okay, so this uh, value I have to represent in this xy plane. So after representing and then I will take the information, that is information is needing to calculate, find the distance of that point, means point is this one 2 comma 5. Now we have to find the distance of that point from the x-axis and also from the y-axis. So x-axis is available and y-axis is also available there, so we have to get the distance of that point from the x-axis and also from the y-axis. So now here I am going to give solution. So first of all I have to write, given that information is given, that is 2 comma 5, that is, now I will say this is the point. Now this x is known as abscissa. Abscissa, I will say this is the abscissa. and it is also called in Hindi, that is bhuj. I hope that each and every students are knowing it. If you the students are not knowing, so you have to remember it. So uh, two is also known as abscissa, and it is also called in Hindi bhuj. Now, and this five, I will say this is the ordinate, 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 and its Hindi meaning is code. Its Hindi meaning is quote. Okay. Now we have to represent this point in the XY plane. This is the first quadrant, this is second quadrant, this is third quadrant, and this is the fourth quadrant. We will move from the left to anti-clockwise direction. Okay. And in first quadrant, I will say each and every point will have positive value. It means that x coordinate will be positive and y coordinate will also be positive. It means that abscissa will be positive and ordinate will also be positive. Okay, I will explain that information. First of all, I will say any point which is written in the form of x comma y. So I will compare this point and also given point. So in the place of x, that is written here 2, so I will say x is equal to 2. It means that bhuj is also represented with x, and uh, quote is also represented with y. So x, I will compare x which is equal to 2, because any point that is written in the form of a of x comma y, so the value of x is available here 2, but value of y, that is also available here 5, so I will write 5. And here I can also say code is 5, code is 5, and abscissa is 2. Okay, now from the given point I have got this information, that is abscissa is 2 and ordinate is 5. Now this is also a straight line, and I will draw the graph of this straight line in the xy plane, and after drawing I will get a point of intersection, and that point of intersection is the real point which is given as 2 comma 5, and that will be in the xy plane. And then I will consider which one is the what is the value of the of that point from the x-axis, and also what is the value of that point from the y-axis. So all informations I will take from the xy plane. Okay students, so here I have got two straight line, and these two straight line I will draw in the xy plane. Okay, x is equal to 2 line. It means that I will say this is the x is equal to 0 line, so x is equal to 2 line. I will say a line which is passing through x barabar 2. A line here I will say a line which is passing through x is equal to 2. It means that I will draw a line like this. So I will say this is the x is equal to 2 line I have drawn. I have drawn in the xy plane. This is the x barabar 2 line. Similarly, I will draw y is equal to 5 line, which is parallel to the y-axis. It means that here a line which is passing through this point. So I will say this is the line which is passing through y is equal to 5 line. So I will say this is the y is equal to 5 line. So here I have got intersection 5. It means that x barabar 2 line and y barabar 5 line, both are intersecting at this point. I will say this is the point A, and which coordinates I can write x comma y, and its value I will substitute here. After substituting, I will say the value of x is 2, that is available here, and the value of y, that is available here 5. Okay, so that point I have represented in the graph. That given point I have represented in the graph. So I will say, so x is the length from y-axis, and also y is the length from the x-axis. So we have to calculate the distance of that point from the x-axis, and also distances of that point. I will say this is the distances of that point from the x-axis, that is the 5, and the from the y-axis, that is the 2, that is the 2. This is the 1 and this is the 1 2. Okay students, so I have to write information as the distance from x-axis. Here I will write point number 1, the distance from x-axis, distance from x-axis is from x-axis, that is the distance from the x-axis, that is the 5. Similarly, I will write distance from y-axis. This is the point number 2. This is the point number 2. Here I have to write distance from y-axis, distance from y-axis, distance from y-axis. So this is the y-axis, so distance from y-axis, this one means this distance. So this distance is here 2. So the value of x is 2, so here I will write 2. So this is the answer of my question. Okay student, I hope that you are understanding this video. So you like this live video, you are understanding this video, therefore you like this video, and also you share this video with your colleagues, friends and students, so that they can also update their knowledge on this topic. And simultaneously you also subscribe this educational channel more and more. If you are getting any confusion, so you write comment and then you send. After sending, I will analyze your query and then I will give the appropriate solution of your question in detail. Okay student, again I am going to explain how I have written these these two answers. Okay, because in the question asked, we have to find the distances from the x-axis and also from the y-axis. Now point each and every point that it is written in the form of any point which is written in the form of x comma y. Point is written x, any point that is written in the in general form x comma y. X is also known as abscissa and it is called in Hindi bhuj, and y is also known as ordinate and it is called in Hindi quote. Now in the place of x that is written here 2, so I have written here 2, its value is 2, here I have written. And the value of y in the place of y, that is written 5, so I have compared here, and after comparing I have written y is equal to 5. So these are also two straight lines, but its angle is 90 degree. It means that this line is parallel to the y-axis and this line is parallel to the x-axis. Therefore I have drawn one line, x is equal to 2, x is equal to 2. I have drawn a line which is parallel to the y-axis, and similarly I have drawn a line y is equal to 5 which is parallel to the x-axis. So these two lines which are intersecting at a point, I have written the point name a, and its coordinate I have taken here general coordinate x comma y. The value of x I have written from the given straight line 2, and the value of y I have written here 5. So this is the point. Now we have to write the distance of this point from the x-axis. So from the x-axis this distance I have to calculate. So this is the length of y, so I have written here distance from the x-axis, that is the 5. that is also available in the diagram. Okay student, if you have any doubt, so you can ask your doubt point by typing in the comment section, and then I will read or analyze your query, and then I will give the proper solution of your question in detail. Now here we now second information of the written question: the distance of the distance from y-axis. So this is the y-axis and this is the point. We have to take this distance, and this distance is from origin to 2. So is this distance is 2. So this length and this length will be equal, because this line is parallel to this line and this line is parallel to this line. So this distance and this distance will be same, and this distance and this distance will be same. So if I will consider all these 4 points, so I will write there is a rectangle. Okay, so after calculating it, so I have got the distance from y-axis, that is 2. Okay student, I hope that you are understanding solution of this question in detail. Okay, if you have any doubt, so you can write your doubt point in the comment section, and then I will uh, give the appropriate solution of your question in detail after analyzing your query. Okay student, if you are understanding this solution, so you like this live video, and also you share this you also share this video with your colleagues, friends and students, so that they can also update their knowledge on this topic. This is the very important point, because if any question which is asked, write the distance from the x-axis and also write the distance from the y-axis, so student get many confusion, because distance from the y-axis, so we have to take the value of x, and distance from the x-axis we have to take the value of y. So you have to concentrate here. Okay, and if you are understanding, and then you also subscribe this educational channel more and more. Now I am going to also translate all these information into Hindi, so students who are reading in Hindi medium, those students can also understand its concept and also its application. Okay, इस क्वेश्चन में कहा गया है कि एक बिंदु है, उस बिंदु का कोऑर्डिनेट पॉइंट दिया गया है, उस कोऑर्डिनेट पॉइंट को दिया गया 2,5 के रूप में। अब कहा गया है कि उस पॉइंट का जो होता है एक्स एक्सिस से दूरी ज्ञात कीजिए और वाई एक्सिस से दूरी ज्ञात कीजिए ग्राफ के मेथड से। तो हमने एक्स वाई प्लेन को ड्रॉ किया है, उसके बाद से हम जानते हैं कि किसी भी पॉइंट को एक्स वाई के फॉर्म में हम लिखते हैं। इसको जो होता है यहाँ पर भी हम पॉइंट यहाँ वहाँ पर वहाँ पर पी लिए हैं और यहाँ पर ए लिए हैं। तो हम कंपेयर करेंगे, एक्स की जगह पर 2 है और वाई की जगह पर 5 है, तो मैंने एक इक्वेशन को मैंने जनरेट किया। ये भी एक लीनियर इक्वेशन होता है, सेपरेट वेरिएबल में अवेलेबल है। ओके, तो हम पहले को हम एब्सिसा के नाम से जानते हैं, इसको हिंदी में भुज कहते हैं, और दूसरे को सॉरी इंग्लिश में ऑर्डिनेट करते हैं और हिंदी में कोट करते हैं। इसका मीनिंग भुज को x से दर्शाया जाता है, रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं, और कोटि को जो होता है y से रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं। ओके, तो इसको भुज और कोटि जो होता है यहाँ पर हम यहाँ पर रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं ग्राफ में, ताकि आप इजीली इसको समझ सकते हैं। इसको हम भुज कहेंगे, भुज, और इसको हम कोट कहेंगे, इसको हम कोट कह सकते हैं, कहते हैं कोटि। दिस इज द कोट। ओके, तो इस लाइन को हम भुज के नाम से जानते हैं और इस लाइन को हम कोट के नाम से जानते हैं। एक्स एक्सिस के वैल्यू को हम भुज करते हैं और वाई एक्सिस का जो वैल्यू होता है उसको हम कोट करते हैं। ओके स्टूडेंट, तो इस तरीके से हमने भुज और कोट को डिसाइड किया, और यहाँ पर हम नंबर लाइन में जो होता है हम पॉजिटिव इंटीजर और निगेटिव इंटीजर को यहाँ पर रिप्रेजेंट किया है। अब x बराबर 2 जो होता है वह भी एक स्ट्रेट लाइन होता है जो y एक्सिस के पैरेलल होता है, जो 2 से पास करेगा। मैंने डॉटेड लाइन से ड्रॉ कर लिया क्योंकि ग्राफ नहीं है, ग्राफ पेपर पर ऑलरेडी वहाँ पर लाइनें होते हैं, उनको हम कंसीडर करके हम बनाएंगे, एग्जैक्ट सॉल्यूशन मिलेगा। ओके, अब एक y बराबर 5 लाइन है, ये भी एक स्ट्रेट लाइन हो जो होता है जो x एक्सिस के पैरेलल होगा, जो y बराबर 5 से पास करेगा। मैंने ये क्रॉस किया तो ये दोनों लाइन जो होता है बिंदु ए पर जो होता है कट किया, इंटरसेक्ट, कट का मतलब होता है हिंदी में प्रतिच्छेद बिंदु कहते हैं, और इंग्लिश में पॉइंट ऑफ इंटरसेक्शन ऑफ ए कहेंगे। अब उस पॉइंट को हम एक्स कमा वाई के फॉर्म में हम रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं। ये जो यह पॉइंट जो होता है जनरल पॉइंट होता है, यहाँ पे एक्स के वैल्यू 2 हो गया और वाई की वैल्यू 5 हो गया। ओके, अब इस पॉइंट को हम कहेंगे, इस पॉइंट का जो दूरी होता है वाई एक्सिस से, ये दूरी कितना है, 5 है। इसलिए हम इस पॉइंट का जो एक्स एक्सिस से दूरी हमने कैलकुलेट किया कितना है, 5 है। तो एक्स एक्सिस से जो दूरी मिला, डिस्टेंस को हिंदी में दूरी कहते हैं, वो दूरी जो होता है 5 मिला। उसी तरीके से पॉइंट ए पर ए में जो ए को पॉइंट ए का दूरी जो होता है वाई एक्सिस से देखते हैं तो यह एक्स के वैल्यू को रिप्रेजेंट करता है। एक्स बराबर कितना है, 2 है। इसलिए वाई एक्सिस से उस बिंदु का जो दूरी होता है वो क्या हुआ, 2 है। इस तरीके से हम दिए गए पॉइंट का एक्स एक्सिस से और वाई एक्सिस के बीच की दूरी को हम कैलकुलेट करते हैं। ओके स्टूडेंट, अगर ये वीडियो आपको समझ में 100% आया हो तो इस वीडियो को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लाइक करें, शेयर करें और अपने शेयर करें अपने कलीग के साथ, फ्रेंड्स के साथ और विद्यार्थियों के साथ, ताकि उनका भी नॉलेज इस पॉइंट पर अपडेट और डेवलप हो सके। और साथ ही साथ इस वीडियो को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा सब्सक्राइब करें। ओके स्टूडेंट, इफ अगर इसमें जो भी पॉइंट आपको समझ नहीं आया हो तो उससे उस पॉइंट पर आप क्वेरी लिखें, लिखने के बाद सेंड करें। उस क्वेरी को हम एनालाइज करेंगे, स्टडी करेंगे, अध्ययन करेंगे, उसके बाद उसका एप्रोप्रिएट सॉल्यूशन हम प्रोवाइड करेंगे। ओके स्टूडेंट, thank you for watching this video. I will meet with you on the next video. Thank you. जय हिंद, राणा सर।